I would say that the one right thing that we've done in our relationship is putting God first. God is our example of how we should conduct our lives and how we should love one another. And as a result of that, we've worked through problems as they come up from time to time. We've been married for 23 years, and you can't be in anything for 23 years and not have faults or issues to come up. So with God as our example and keeping him as the focus and the center of our relationship, we've managed to have a long-lasting relationship.
No.
I agree.
I think it's important to act with the other person in your mind.
Yeah, you have to remember that it's not just you anymore. You have a partner, a lifetime partner, and you all are moving together, synchronized in the same general direction. You're not going to be in lockstep all the time. But in regards to the big things in life, the large decisions, you'll be aligned, or at least somewhat aligned, or at least not 180 degrees opposite of each other.
I think our goals, our aspirations, our dreams, all of that were kind of in line. We dated for a while.
That's
too,
right.
so
we dated
had
for
a
over
chance.
3 years before we got married. So if you're with someone for that period of time, you get to see them in a lot of different situations: the good, the bad, the ugly, everything. So, and you evaluate. You evaluate whether or not that is something that you want or something that you could live with for a long term. So that's kind of how we.
Mm-hmm. As well as family interactions.
That's big.
Yeah.
Because it's somewhat of an interview, because you're interviewing that family, because you're going to be as your potential, because you're going to be a part of that family. Check out the interaction that you have with them, how they treat you as well, because you'll become one. So that's extremely important.
Mm-hmm. I wouldn't call it a disruption. We knew we wanted a family, and you know that change is going to happen when you have kids, so you go with it. It becomes your present.
That's right.
And you live in the present.
And it's an enhancement.
Mm-hmm.
Children enhance your lives. That's one of the life cycles. You go from being a young single adult to being married, next come children, and then the children will eventually leave and you're back to just the two of you. And if you're lucky and blessed, you'll have grandchildren at some point in time. But all of these are cycles through life. So, maybe you could call it a disruption, but it's just, they're changes. Nothing stays the same forever. I don't know if there's one thing that I learned solely from being married, but I've learned more patience. I've learned more acceptance. These are things obviously you knew before, but maybe the learning was enhanced because you're with someone, for a much more time.
I think we were so young when we got, not so young, but we were young when we got married that I think it just kind of naturally happened. Everything was new for us. New graduates, newly married, new in the first place we lived. So it was kind of easy to just kind of get on in there and go.
Yes, God is a major part of our lives. God is a central part of our lives. Before we got married, we went through marriage counseling, compatibility tests, those kind of things to help you make sure that God is an integral part of your lives. So God is a major force in our lives.
I don't think my outlook has changed. I mean, as a little girl, you dream of growing up and getting married and have kids. And so, I mean, in that perspective, it's been everything that I wanted as a child. I don't know. I don't think anything has changed. My outlook on life has changed. You know, you want to grow up and be happy and live happily ever after, so to speak. So.
Yeah, I would just piggyback on that and say that yes, I think that we've been blessed in that we were able to find each other and just connect on the level that we've been able to connect and to love each other and grow and just thrive.
I don't think I went in with a list of things that I didn't want or not want to see. I don't know.
Nothing comes to mind for me either. Yeah.
I'm sure there's something, but you take things as they come and you deal with it because that's just what you have to do.
That's right.
Especially if you want to make it through.
That's right.
So you expect the unexpected.
Flexibility is the name of the game, and you have to just, as my wife said, just kind of go with it. You can't be so rigid that you break, unless there are things that are obviously more major than others, but flexibility and adaptability are key.
If you act with the other person's love language in mind, then you just automatically incorporate it,
That's right. Act with the others' love language in mind. My wife's is affirmation, words of affirmation. So if you know that, you try to do things that show love, so that the other gets their fill of love in the way that they need it.